30 minutes passed with no contact from Barry. Aisha adjusted her bag, her eyes fixed on the steady stream of strangers moving through the airport doors. She was searching for that familiar face. Each time someone entered, her hopes flickered briefly, only to vanish when she realized it was not him. Her disappointment grew with every passing moment. Her patience was wearing thin. She had been waiting for what felt like an eternity, and the lack of any type of communication from Barry was beginning to take a toll on her. His silence weighed heavily on her mind and amplified her frustration and sense of isolation in the busy Jamaican airport. She decided she could wait no longer. Instead, she would head straight to her hotel. She had reached her limit. She was gathering her belongings and preparing to leave when, from her peripheral vision, she was distracted by a glimpse of a nail booth she noticed earlier. The sight offered a welcome diversion from her mounting frustration and uncertainty. On an impulse, she chose to get her nails done, hoping the small act of self-care would help to ease her nerves and give her a momentary escape from the situation. Getting her nails done had always been a small ritual to calm her nerves. So, she settled into the nail technician's chair, and the familiar scent of polish, chemicals, the rhythmic motion of the technician's hands, and the focus required for the delicate work offered Aisha a sense of comfort, if only for a few moments. She momentarily forgot about Barry's silence and the uncertainty of her situation as she sat there. The simple act of self-care helped to steady her, grounding her emotions and giving her the mental energy to continue facing whatever awaited her next. The technician's voice drifted into her thoughts, and Aisha tried to focus on the question she was asking. "First time in Jamaica?" the tech asked in a warm, friendly, inquisitive tone. Aisha smiled faintly and nodded yes absently, but her eyes never moved. They were still fixed on the entrance, scanning the stream of passengers spilling into the arrivals hall. She was searching for him, but no one looked like him. Aisha's heart was pounding with disappointment and anxiety as she thought, "I'm such a fool. Now I'm stranded." She struggled to hold back tears. "Big girls don't cry," she reassured herself as she tried to regain her composure. She was happy with the job the nail technician had done, so she gave her a healthy tip. She picked up her luggage and coat and strode decisively toward the exit. She was oblivious to the smiles, stares, and remarks from the Jamaican taxi drivers idling around. Her mind was made up. She was heading to the hotel. Walking swiftly to the exit, Aisha was annoyed and uncertain as a tall, well-dressed man with locks strode purposefully towards her, his arms open wide in a greeting gesture. There was something about his smile that sparked a flicker of recognition. Could it be Barry, or perhaps someone he sent in his place? A relative, maybe? The possibility stirred a mix of hope and apprehension as she watched the man approaching her. Something about his appearance and mannerisms triggered a sense of familiarity, but the uncertainty lingered. The mixture of anticipation and anxiety made her question her own instincts, unsure whether to trust the feeling rising inside her or remain guarded until the truth revealed itself. The man approached quickly, closing the distance between them, moving into her personal space with the clear intention of embracing her. Instinctively, Aisha stepped back, unsettled by the suddenness of his advance and wary of the unfamiliarity that lingered despite his seemingly familiar demeanor. Barry did not wear locks. Who is this man? Her breath caught. For a heartbeat, she froze. But then the voice hit her, low, familiar, a little too casual. "Aisha," he said softly, knowingly, seductively. Barry?" she asked tentatively. She almost didn't believe it. He was standing right in front of her. The scent of his cologne mingled with the different smells wafting through the busy airport terminal. For a moment, everything else faded into the background as she took in the sight of him, the reality of his presence slowly sinking in. He pulled her into a hug so suddenly and so ungracefully that her hands remained at her sides. The abrupt gesture caught her off guard, leaving her unsure of how to respond. "You made it," he said in a relieved tone, as if she had been the one running late, not him. His words shifted the blame to her. Was he gaslighting her? "I was starting to think you weren't coming," she murmured, pulling back from his embrace. Her eyes searched his face, seeking reassurance or perhaps an explanation. Barry gave a dismissive chuckle. "Traffic, babe. You're safe. That's what matters, yeah?" "Did you say you thought I might not come?" Barry asked with a dismissive chuckle at her words. "Might not come." "Are you serious right now, babe?" he asked, his tone brushing off her concern. His response sidestepped the apology Aisha had been hoping for. He focused instead on her safety. As he spoke, she caught a subtle whiff of alcohol on his breath, an unexpected detail that made her pause and cause a sudden wave of uneasiness to surge through her mind. She was also wondering why he hadn't greeted her with flowers to welcome her to Jamaica. On the phone, he had always been so romantic, and this oversight felt so out of place. Now, she questioned what she had gotten herself into. Was his love language different from what she imagined? He then told her about his recent police stop, explaining how he'd received a ticket for speeding. "I was trying to get to you, babe, but shit happens," he said with a shrug. Hearing the frustration in his voice, Aisha felt a pang of guilt for her earlier doubts. As he continued talking, her discomfort gradually faded, replaced by a reluctant sense of reassurance. They reached the car and started on their way to the hotel. Barry revved up the engine, and the hum of reggae filled the space, bass low, smooth, almost forgiving. He turned the volume up, his hand loose on the wheel. Aisha watched him, unsure what to feel. The tension in her chest eased as the rhythm took over. She reached out, touched his shoulder lightly. "It's okay, babe," she said softly, her voice floating between calm and confusion. Then, with a faint smile, she asked, "By the way, is that my music, babe?" Barry's lips curved into a smirk, amusement flashing across his face. He decided not to mention that he had forgotten her USB drive with the music just yet. Instead, he smoothly merged the car into the steady flow of traffic, muttering under his breath about the traffic chaos of Kingston streets. His eyes kept darting towards Aisha in quick sidelong glances. "Damn," he thought, "she's beautiful, and she's all mine." The car slipped into the night